Residents of Mumbai will never forget the day 26 July 2005 when the city was inundated by an unprecedented rainfall of 944 mm in just a short span of time. This was also the day when most of Mumbai residents woke up to the fact that the foul smelling, drain like water body running through the city is actually a river. The Mithi River revolted that day, paid the city back for all the abuse that it had got over the decades. And this was the biggest learning from the deluge of 26 July 2005 that the Mithi River needs to be properly taken care of, it needs to be rejuvenated, and an action plan was prepared. Cut to 18 years down the line, the Maharashtra government has now ordered a probe under a special investigation team into the expenditure incurred in the rejuvenation of the Mithi River so far over the past 18 years. And this is what we'll talk about in this episode of Mumbai Matters. According to information given by the state government and the Maharashtra Legislative Council earlier this week, where a discussion on the work on the Mithi River rejuvenation so far had taken place, the state government said that so far 1160 crore has been spent on rejuvenating the river. 40% of the total work has been completed and 60% of the work has reached the tendering stage, the state government said in the council. But first, let's look at the nature of the Mithi River. Now, the Mithi River originates in Powai in Mumbai and is basically a water body made out of the discharges of the Powai and Vihar lakes of Mumbai. It enters the Arabian Sea through the Mahim Creek and on its way passes through several of Mumbai's industrial and residential areas and is dotted by slums on both the sides. Over the years, untreated sewage has been dumped into the river. Scrap and garbage has been mercilessly thrown into the river, completely choking its holding capacity. The Mithi is not a perennial river, meaning there is natural water flow in the river only when there is excess water in the Vihar and Powai lakes. This is important because it means that the Mithi River is a natural drainage channel for the excesses from the Vihar and Powai lake to pass to the Arabian Sea. If this natural drainage channel is choked, then the city is obviously likely to be inundated under heavy rainfall. The river flows for 17.8 kilometers from Powai to Dharavi, passing through areas such as Sakinaka, Mahim, Marol, and Bandra complex, where it is the widest. The 2005 deluge was a wake up call. A fact finding report of the Madhav Chitale committee pointed to the inadequate width of the Mithi channel and encroachments on both, and how the encroachments on both banks had aggravated the situation by severely constricting the water flow. The report made a comparison to London's learnings after the 1953 floods when the Thames River had flooded. London over the next 30 years, according to the report, went about building a disaster management system involving a barrier, a very large gated barrage. The committee noted that the barrier has been planned such that even in the worst case scenario, a surge tide could exceed the barrier's height only once in 1,000 years. It said that a similar defense mechanism was essential for the Mithi River in Mumbai as well. The committee recommended minimum buffer strips of 15 meters on both sides of the existing Mithi channel to create access for maintenance and management. It also said that the width of the river that had narrowed to 15 to 30 meters at various places should be a minimum of 50 to 100 meters. On the basis of the report of the Madhav Chitale committee and some other fact-finding reports as well, including one by the IIT Bombay, the Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation and the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority drew up an action plan for rejuvenating the Mithi River. Most of the Mithi River falls under the jurisdiction of the BMC, while the last 6 kilometers leading up to Mahim is with the MMRDA. The idea was to rid the Mithi River bank, both sides, from encroachments, to widen the Mithi River, to deepen the Mithi River, to improve its carrying and holding capacity, and eventually build a retaining wall on both sides to prevent future encroachments. But there were also plans for some floodgates and service roads, but there have been many obstacles along the way. The biggest being unable to completely rid the Mithi River banks of encroachments. This has considerably slowed down the work. For example, in the early days of the Mithi River rejuvenation project, there were tussles over how wide the river should be at different stretches. And there was also considerable pressure at certain points from local politicians who were trying to shield squatters slums, scrap dealers, go downs, etc., from eviction for the river to be widened. In its budget this year, the BMC has said that so far 95% of the widening and deepening work has been completed and 85% of the work on the retaining walls has been completed. All this, the BMC claimed, has doubled the river's holding capacity and increased its carrying capacity by 3 times. The work on the development and pollution control of the Mithi River was divided into 4 packages. The first package, work on the first package is complete. The second package is 30% complete as per the BMC's budget report this year. And work on the third and fourth packages is underway. The first 2 packages involve the construction of interceptors, laying sewer lines, service roads, retaining walls, sewage treatment plants, etc. at various stretches. The third package includes construction of the retaining wall, service roads, sewer lines, interceptors, floodgates, and some beautification work that is currently underway. In the fourth package, the BMC is constructing an underground sewage tunnel from the Bapat Nala to the Dharavi wastewater treatment plant. Last month, the BMC completed the first phase of the tunnel and reached the first breakthrough of the tunnel. The civic body also undertakes annual desilting of the Mithi River before every monsoon. However, while the carrying and holding capacity of the river is significantly better than what it was in 2005, the task of rejuvenating the river completely will not be completed till its banks are protected from encroachments and dumping of untreated waste, scrap and sewage into the river is stopped. There have also been experiments by the BMC and MMRDA to try and purify the Mithi River water. However, the problem at source still remains. That's all that I have for you right now. I am Mansi Phadke, Deputy Editor with The Print. Thank you for watching Mumbai Matters. We will be back again with another episode next week.